Welcome to Sprigg. Today we'll review a brief demonstration of the system's capabilities. To begin, we'll log in as the employee. When the employee first logs in the center of their home screen they will see a My Task section. The My Task section will provide a link to any task that the employee must complete. This may include revising goals or starting a self-evaluation. There's also some contextual help throughout the system in the form of banners and pop-up help questions. The My Task link is also supported by automatic email notifications, which means anytime there is a task that needs to be completed, the individual will be notified via a My Task link as well as an email notification. My Upcoming Meetings will display any and all upcoming meetings that have been scheduled within the system. The meetings are also integrated with Microsoft Outlook and Google Calendar. Corporate objectives may be displayed if your system administrator has enabled them. This will display any and all corporate objectives upon the landing page. To the left, there is a welcome message that can be customized. You may also upload a corporate logo. Below that, there are a number of icons. These are meant to be quick access points to access your goals, your competencies, your self-evaluation, your development plan, My Time, and your notes. Many of these features are also viewable within the My Sprigg tab along your top of your home page. By clicking My Sprigg, you will get a this year at a glance to view your current progress. To the left, you can see that the items are itemized in tab form. For example, My Performance includes your goals, your competencies, other goals that may be assigned to you, such as assigned goals by your administrator or your manager, goal assists, reviews including your self-evaluation, access to view the completed leader evaluation once available, and the ability to participate in a 360 review if applicable. As well, you have access to view your development plans and development plan progress updates. By clicking the leaf in the top left-hand corner, that will bring you back to your main landing page. There is also access to a help center. This is available 24/7. The help desk hours are available Monday to Friday within regular business hours. This is by far the quickest and easiest way that you can access help from within the system. Simply enter your question, some details, your name, and your email address. Once submitted, this will send a copy to our help support team. You also have access to manuals and guides, a process map, and how-to videos. Your Company Info tab will display any and all corporate documents that have been loaded into the system by your system administrator. These documents may include training information, your company's vision, mission, values, or policies or procedures. In the right-hand corner, you will see your name. This is your personal user menu. You can use this menu to access your profile. This will allow you to view any files that may have been uploaded to your profile, such as a job description, as well as the ability to edit the predetermined profile fields. Editing your login will allow you to edit your username, which is your email, your password, and updating your time zone support. Next, we have meetings. Within the system, you are able to schedule a meeting with your manager. To schedule a meeting, click a Book a Meeting button. Enter what your meeting is regarding, such as to discuss your goals. Then enter the date, the time, duration, and a brief message to your leader if you wish. Once again, the meetings are integrated with Outlook, which means when the recipient of your meeting receives the request, they will have the ability to approve or decline the meeting. Next, we have notes. These are private for your use only and can be a journal of your thoughts and perceptions regarding your performance. You may reference these at a later point when it comes time to complete your portion of the review. Adding a new note is simple. Simply enter the note name, followed by your description. You may even attach a file to your note if needed. The next option in your personal user menu is the feedback inbox. Your manager may choose to send you live in-time feedback. This can be done throughout the year and outside of the performance review period. Please be sure to check your feedback inbox on a regular basis to view any and all messages that may have been sent to you. Within your personal user menu, there is also an option to access the help desk, in addition to the help center. And lastly, you can log out of the system. It's typical that the first step in the process will be to complete goals. You may wish to meet with your manager prior to completing your goals to discuss direction and necessary steps. As an employee, to access your goals, you can access it via your goals icon on your homepage or within My Sprigg. Both will take you to the same location. When you go to your goals, you are brought to a page where you can manage all of your goals. Here you can add a goal, and when you're ready, submit all goals for review. First, we'll add a goal. When you create a goal, you must complete all of the items. This includes entering a goal name, entering the weighting, which will represent the number that you would identify to the level of work required in completing the goal. You can then align your personal draft goal to one or more of the corporate objectives, as well as if your system administrator has allowed you to do so, you can also align your goal to departmental objectives. Next, enter your description for your goal, using the goal action bank if needed for thought starters. You also have access to view SMART goal guidelines for best practices in goal setting. The last two steps in completing your goal template are adding a deadline as well as a metric, which is a measurable result or outcome of completing your goal. When you're satisfied with your goal, click Save, and that will add it to the list of your goals. Up until the point of submitting your goals for review, you may at any time edit your goals, delete a goal, or even add a new one. You may also choose to print a list of your goals or schedule a meeting with your manager to discuss goals. We'll assume now it's time to submit our goals for review. I'll now click the Submit All Goals for Review button to submit my goals to my manager. My manager will now receive an email notification and a My Task link upon their homepage, letting them know that there is a task that must be completed. Before completing the goal approval process, we'll very briefly use the My Time feature to request time off. My Time is a tool that employees can use to request time off. The administrator of your site has the ability to set up unlimited time off requests that your company observes, which then in turn the employees can use to request time off. For example, if I want to book off vacation time, I can select that as my time off request and enter the details, such as the description, identify if I need a half day or not, as well as the start and end dates. Once I save the time off request, it will populate it into my My Time calendar. By clicking on the request from the calendar, I have another opportunity to edit the request, remove it if it's no longer needed, or if I am satisfied, go ahead and submit it for approval. Once you submit your request for approval, your manager will be notified, and your manager will be required to approve the request or decline. Below your My Time calendar is the ability to view all of the different vacation or time off types that are allotted to you. It will display the number of days that have been allotted, as well as number of days that have been carried over from the previous performance year, days that have been used, and what are remaining. Now we'll log out of the system as the employee, and we will log in as this employee's manager to complete the goal approval process. Now I've logged in as this employee's manager. There are a few differences to be noted on the manager's login. That includes a Leader Tools icon and a Leader tab. The manager also has a Team Time and a Reports tab. Now as the manager, we can see upon login, I have a few tasks that I am required to complete. We'll go straight to Bob Pathy's goals, which are the goals that the employee has just submitted. Now I am brought to the Direct Reports goals, where I can see all of the goal information, such as the name, the description, deadline, and weighting. Then I can review this goal in terms of leaving some feedback or comments. As a manager, you can approve the goal or ask for revision. If revisions are requested, the employee will be notified via email and a My Task link. The employee will then take the feedback provided and revise their goal and resubmit it for approval. Once the goals have been approved, it is typical that there will be a period where goal progress updates will be utilized. An employee can log in at any time once their goals have been approved to enter electronic progress updates on each of their goals. A manager may also request a goal progress update from an employee. After a significant amount of time has passed, we will then enter into the performance review period. As a manager, you can click on either your Leader Tools or Leader tab icon. You will then be brought to an area where you can manage your team members. To the left, you can see that your tools include managing team members, managing team compensation, assigning goals, and viewing team time. You will also have access to reports, including overall progress to view the progress of your team and individual contributors, as well as a scoreboard complete with scores from the performance reviews and team averages. As a manager, you will also have access to a Coach's Corner to view static pages in terms of giving feedback, performance coaching, and tips and guidelines on how to conduct a performance review. Now we'll click on Manage next to the direct report that you would like to complete the review for. You will be brought to an overview page so that you can see this individual's progress. Using the Tools drop-down menu, as a manager, you are able to view the employee's profile, view their goals, request a goal progress update, conduct a performance review, view this direct report's development plan, or request a development plan progress update, initiate a 360 review if applicable, access the feedback folder for this direct report, a Meetings tab to schedule and view any upcoming meetings with this direct report, log notes, complete with file attachments, and access the Performance Improvement Form. The Performance Improvement Form is a great tool that managers have available to them to track performance-related incidents as they occur. To complete the form, simply select a reason for improvement. if Other, identify into the text field. Then select a date for when this issue should be resolved by, as well as identify a date for a follow-up meeting. Then briefly outline the issue, as well as briefly outline an action plan, using the comments bank if needed for thought starters. When you save the form, this is viewable only to you as the manager. The employee will not see this form. It is highly recommended that a meeting is scheduled so that you can meet with your direct report to outline the issue and have a face-to-face conversation. On the printed copy of this form, there is an area for necessary sign-offs. Now we'll jump right into the performance review. From your Tools drop-down menu, click Performance Reviews, and you will be brought to a dashboard. Here you have the ability to start a mid-year evaluation or year-end. You can also view past performance reviews data if needed. At this point, you can send a reminder email to request that the employee complete their self-evaluation. Or you can jump right into your leader evaluation. Both reviews can be completed at the same time. We'll go ahead and jump right into the manager evaluation. This particular review is comprised of rating goals, competencies, entering discussion points. As a manager, you will then proceed to rate goals by providing both a rating and a comment for each. Use the slider bar to select your rating and hover over each of the ratings to receive a definition of what they mean. You will notice that the background color of the rating scale is orange, as your visual indicator of unsaved changes. Provide a comment by typing text into the text field and/or selecting a comment from the comment bank. Once you save the rating, the background color of your rating will change to green as a visual indicator of saved changes. Continue on by providing ratings and comments for each additional goal. In the event that the employee is a new hire or new transfer and is not yet ready to be rated on the goal, you can use the Skip Rating this Goal option. That will provide that particular goal with a rating of not applicable, and it will not be included in the overall scoring. Scrolling to the bottom, there is a What's Next section. In this particular review, the next step is to proceed to rate competencies. Now we will rate competencies in the same manner that we just rated the employee's goals, by selecting a rating and a comment. Save each as you go along and then proceed to the next competency. If at any point while completing the review you need to make changes, simply use the quick tabs to move between each portion of the review, make any necessary changes, and be sure to save. Now that we have rated both goals and competencies, the next section is to proceed to discussion points. By default, the system will display a universal and generic start, continue, things getting in the way, and overall comments. However, this section can be customized by your system administrator. Here as a manager, identify what the employee should start doing, what they should continue doing in terms of their performance, identify some things that you believe are getting in their way, as well as any overall comments. When you have finished, proceed to the next section, which in this instance is to finalize the evaluation. Here you will be brought to a screen that will provide you with a recap of the tasks that you have just completed. When you are ready, go ahead and click Finalize Evaluation. You have now just completed the manager evaluation. Now we'll log out and we will log in as the employee and complete the self-evaluation. As you can see, the manager has notified the employee and asked them to start their evaluation. As the employee, I can click this from my task list and go straight to the evaluation to complete it. The self-evaluation looks identical to the leader evaluation. Of course, the difference being of perspective. We are now the employee going through, completing the self-evaluation. As an employee, I will proceed to rate my goals and competencies by providing both a rating and a comment. We'll now proceed to rate competencies. Lastly, we will proceed to discussion points. As an employee, I will identify what I'm going to start doing in terms of my performance, what I'm going to continue doing, outline some things that I believe are getting in the way of my performance, as well as outline any overall comments. When I'm ready, I'll go ahead and proceed to finalize the evaluation. When I'm ready, I will click Finalize Evaluation. And once my evaluation has been submitted, I will not be able to make any further changes unless my system administrator allows me to do so. Now we will log out as the employee and we'll log in as the manager to view the completed review. As the manager, use your Leader Tools or Leader tab icon to access the area where you can manage your direct reports. Once again, click Manage next to the individual that you would like to complete the task on, and use your Tools drop-down to go to the necessary task. Now we are looking at a dashboard that has a completed evaluation. As a manager, you have a few options. You can choose to review scores to see a side-by-side view of the manager's scoring, followed by the employees. The manager can also view evaluations side by side to view the manager's rating and comment, followed by the employee's rating and comment for each goal, competency, and discussion point response. After both the reviews are completed, it is suggested that a meeting is scheduled from within the system so that a face-to-face performance review can be completed. After the performance review meeting is complete, the manager can then log in and submit the review. When the manager submits the review, they have a final opportunity to view ratings, scores, or make any changes to their portion of the review if needed. When they are ready to finalize the review, they can leave any final post-meeting comments. When finished, click Save and Submit. Once the review has been submitted, that will lock the review and send a copy to HR for their viewing. After the performance review is completed, it's typical that the employee will end off the cycle by completing a professional development plan. We'll log out as the manager and we will log in as the employee to complete the development plan. Now I've logged in once more as the employee and I'll go straight to my development plan to start a new development plan for this year. To create a new development plan, we must first enter the plan name. Choose something relevant and professional. Once you save and continue, you will be brought to an area where you can enter development activities and training activities. Development activities are learning opportunities outside of attending a course or conference. perhaps something that can be completed in-house, such as job shadowing. Training activities, on the other hand, are more formal educational programs, like attending a third-party vendor training course or seminar. Typically, the employee will take the feedback that has been presented both in the performance review and in the meeting. Any feedback that the manager has provided will typically be used and entered into the development plan. For example, if my manager has identified to improve my presentation skills, that may then take the form as my development activity, an area that I plan to further improve upon. Once entering the development activity name, I can then enter a description, using the suggestions for development if needed. Lastly, I can align this development activity to one or more of my competencies for further skill development. When finished, I will save the item and that will then add it to my development plan. I can continue to add any additional development activities as needed. If applicable, I can also enter training activities. These are entered by the system administrator and will allow the employees to select a training item that they can engage in and attach it to their development plan. We'll assume the plan is populated, and the next step then is to submit the plan for approval. The development plans work similar to the goal setting process, where once the plan is completed by the employee, it must be submitted for approval. The manager then will have the ability to approve the plan as it stands or request revisions. Progress updates may also be utilized, just like goals. The employee can log in at any time and enter a new update on their activity items, and a manager may also request an electronic progress update. That would then end the cycle for the current period. And now we'll jump in as the manager for the final time and we'll quickly review the reporting capabilities as well as a quick glance at the back end of the system. As a manager, we can click our Reports tab from the top of your homepage. Administrators of the system will have the ability to view company-wide reports, whereas managers can view reports for their team. Manager reports include overall progress, to view a progress report of each individual contributor's progress on each of the necessary steps. The scoreboard will provide a team average on the performance review, followed by each individual contributor's score beneath. Administrators of the site have more reports available to them, including a goal status report to view the status of all goals within the system, as well as a performance review status report to get a quick glance of the ratings and scores associated with each performance review. They can also be exported to Excel. Managers and administrators can also at any time pull up an individual's goals, review, 360 review, development plan, and compensation plan. If you're an administrator of the site, you can access the admin panel to complete any kind of customization that you wish to complete on the site. This includes turning on or off certain features, adding company documents, customizing certain sections such as Coach's Corner, adding competencies, modifying your rating scale, and setting up your team structure and reporting relationships. These are just a few of the settings that are available to the administrator. Within the admin panel, there are many customizations that can be done to make your site customizable to your company's needs. Thanks for viewing the demonstration today.